Thanks for joining me as I start in Alaska and head through the western United States, Central America, South America, and maybe, if everything goes right, Argentina. My friends say to me, "Man, I am so jealous," because I'm traveling indefinitely on a motorcycle through jungles, deserts, little villages, and chaotic cities. I can do absolutely whatever I want. Is this total freedom? If so, why am I not happier about it? I'm not sure. Maybe it's because the price of admission was losing my second marriage, my job, my father, my dog, and my house is a lot to process. And if I'm honest, I am nowhere near finishing the processing. I have moments of feeling free, and I have loneliness that can be only compared to being on the moon. I was watching a video about a guy riding from England to Turkey on his motorcycle, and he was talking about how lonely he felt. Dude, you have a wife you can call at any time after your 3-week journey, and you get to return home to where everything's normal when you're done. On this trip, I have gone days without talking to a soul and spend most of my waking hours in my head with me, just me. Some would call this a standard midlife crisis, but at the beginning, it was an existential crisis where I doubted the meaning of absolutely everything. In the space of weeks, it seemed like the whole world went crazy. I seemingly lost everything that mattered. Everything I was taught as a kid seemed to evaporate. Character and integrity seemed like a currency that was no longer transferable, or a language like Latin that no one speaks anymore. The United States of America, to me, have become the divided states of embarrassment. Even if you're on the opposite side of the political spectrum as me, it's not like the United States hasn't at the very least lost its way. Corporate interests seek to divide us, and I won't have anything to do with that. I have yet to meet anyone from another country on my trip who is anything but sad for how far we've fallen in the view of what we used to be. What I have noticed is that people in other countries seem to be happier than Americans. They haven't institutionalized cruelty. They have healthcare. I've not seen downtowns filled with the zombie apocalypse, fentanyl, and methamphetamine problems like we have in the US. Why can every other country seem to have solved problems like healthcare or minimizing gun violence? In the US, it's because we put profit above everything else, and that's been our downfall. If you disagree with me, you disagree with my perspective, that's fine, but do me a favor, make your own video instead of pissing on mine. When I turn on my GPS, it asks me if I want to route my way home. Sure, where the hell is that? It's nice choosing what I do each day, but it also weighs on me. Is it safe where I want to go? What if I get a flat tire in the jungle, or get lost, or my bike falls over? Part of me wants to just face that fear and go tip over my bike in the middle of the desert, just to see what happens and to put this question to sleep so it doesn't nag me anymore. I often wonder what the point is of writing down my observations when my audience is so small. While some dude talking about which tires or mufflers from the safety of his garage gets tens of thousands of views and probably is making money at it, the people making those videos aren't really risking anything by shooting from their garage and talking about tires and mufflers, while I'm out here risking something, and I'm not even sure what the hell the point is to what I'm doing. They told me if I made 50 videos on a regular basis, I would be monetized. So I did that, and I tried to make compelling videos. But it seems like the harder I strive for unique, interesting content, the less people watch it. My video of a Yamaha TW200 has 16,000 views, and another one about what gear to pack for the Trans-America Trail has over 20,000 views, whereas a video like this will get 67 views. So, why do I keep at it? Simply because a few of you write to me or comment on my YouTube page, because I have to give some sort of meaning to my meanderings. Because if I did this journey and kept it all to myself, did it matter at all? I make no money on my YouTube channel, and I'm not even close to doing that anytime soon. What if maybe I only have an impact on 30 people and not 30,000 people? Is that enough? I have no children, so my legacy is really whatever I create and put out into the world. My second book, The Topography of Fear, sold about 1,000 copies. Monetarily, I probably broke even. But people would come to my lectures, having driven from other states, specifically to hear about my experience. That blows me away. I talked to one couple from Idaho that made the drive just to hear my little 20-minute speech. I couldn't believe that. Another man came up to me and read a paragraph from my book, and he said, "How did you come up with that?" I told him I just wrote what I felt. I do get emails from people occasionally telling me that my book had an impact on their life. I help them understand their own fears or inspire them to go on a small adventure. I let them know they are not alone in their struggles. I let them know it's okay to ask for help. Men are not particularly good at this. What I do have is a small audience who write to me just enough to keep me going. I have a bank of men that I call on a regular basis to share my fears and frustrations with. They guide me, they encourage me. Then I have a guy like the guy I ran into yesterday who watched my bike while I went to a restaurant. When I got back, he wouldn't let me give him a little tip. He wanted to follow my trip on social media despite the language barrier. I would have already given up on this trip if not for the kindness of strangers who have fed me, jump-started my bike, given me directions, or simply just shook my hand and wished me good luck. Finally, I have myself. I have found that I am resilient. I had the courage to ask for help with my addiction to alcohol. That was 20 years ago. I had the courage to ask for help with my panic attacks and severe agoraphobia. I have ridden from the tundra to the tropics. I did that. I am doing that. I didn't choose this adventure because it was easy. And in a way, it felt like the only choice I had. Maybe when all this is over, I will feel more healed. Maybe I will see my losses as the catalyst or gateway to the freedom that one can only find completely alone.